Got him.
Oh, that's a generous pitch right there.
Baby.
Enjoy this great game.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. My name is Eric, and today we're going to talk a little bit about umpires in Major League Baseball. This is not my first video on this. This is not my first time talking about this. This is an issue that was highlighted yesterday in the San Francisco Giants' season-ending loss to the Padres. Now, let me make clear before I go any further that I'm not blaming the entire season's misfortunes or even the fact that the Giants didn't make the playoffs on Rob Drake. Obviously, the Giants have themselves to blame in several games this year where games were blown in the ninth inning, big leads were thrown away in the ninth inning, and on top of that, the Giants are about a 500 team, so it's not really playoff worthy anyway, and the only reason we had a chance to get in was because of the expanded playoffs. All that being said, everything was on the line yesterday, and it was an absolutely critical game, and Rob Drake, the home plate umpire, took the bat out of the Giants' hands at least 4 times, and more if you want to count balls that were called strikes before the final punch out. But there were multiple times where he would punch out a batter. It happened to Austin Slater. It happened to Evan Longoria on a ball that was clearly and obviously not a strike, and I cannot imagine that even he thought it was a strike. He knew those balls were out of the strike zone. If he didn't, well, he has no business being an umpire because he has an obvious eye disorder. Something is wrong with his sight if he thought those were strikes, but he didn't. He knew they were balls, but he felt he wanted to call those strikes anyway. Either he thought that they should have swung at those pitches, or he thought they were close enough. Who knows? But at the end of the day, this is a problem that's been happening for a long time where umpires will call balls strikes.
Got him. Got him.
Man. And Rob Drake rings him up.
It's not a strike.
It's not a strike.
Now, I know they're humans, and they're not going to be perfect. It's going to happen. They're not robots. And I really would prefer humans and real umpires in there. All I would ask is they are held accountable, that they actually have to do their job. Oh, God. Because I've never heard of a job that you can show up at and be terrible, just completely suck, and not have to worry about anything, get paid 6 figures, show up to work the next day, and it's all good. Yes, you're going to get chirped at, you're going to get yelled at, but hey, that doesn't bother some people. It would bother me, but it doesn't bother some people. Maybe there's a guy that enjoys it. He may enjoy getting yelled at. He may enjoy it. Who knows? These are human beings after all. And that's part of the reason that they like to have their own strike zones. Let me tell you something, umpires. You're not supposed to have your own personal strike zone. You're not supposed to pick and choose which are balls and strikes based on if you felt like the hitter should have swung at it or not. If you felt like, oh, that's a really good pitcher. This is a rookie hitter right there. So we're going to expand the zone. The zone doesn't expand and unexpand, okay, based on anything, okay? Your job, okay, is to come into the game and call the game according to the rules of Major League Baseball, according to the strike zone of Major League Baseball, and all the other rules of the game. You take those rules and you apply them to the game fairly in order to have a fair winner of each game. That's your job. Your job is not to be creative. Your job is not to have your own little say. I know that human beings, we typically want to have our say. We want to be special. You guys are not special. You pick that career. If you want to be special and creative, there's lots of great careers that you can go pick and be special and creative. But umpires, y'all's job is very simple, okay? You're only there to make sure that the game is fair. And Rob Drake did anything but that. And it wasn't just bad calls for Giants hitters. So I want to say that too. The Padres hitters also. A lot of terrible calls, not even close to the strike zone.
Got him. There's a strike.
If Major League Baseball is so worried about getting the call right, because some people are going to say, dude, you know, the umpires are not always going to get it right, but it evens out over time. It's not a big deal. Well, then why do we have instant replay? Abolish instant replay. Why is instant replay part of baseball? Obviously, getting the call right counts, especially nowadays where Rob Manfred is so obsessed with speeding up the game, and we have the thing that slows down the game more than anything. Instant replay is instituted. Therefore, we care, and Major League Baseball cares about getting the call right. Yet for balls and strikes, where it's worse than anything, worse than any other aspect of the game as far as blown calls go, not even close. It's balls and strikes. They are terrible. There's nothing there. Nothing that. Not only is there nothing, you can't even argue about it, or you could get tossed.
And 3 at bats, and he looks at a strike.
That guy was terrible yesterday, and it's been. This is not just yesterday because I made this rant 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many times, and I'm going to continue to make this rant, and I'm going to continue to complain about it. Yes, I'm more mad right now because it affected the Giants yesterday. Poor Austin Slater twice got the bat taken out of his hands. He's had a fantastic season.
Got him.
Wow. 3 times the Giants have had the bat taken out of their hands by pitcher strikes.
And a bit outside. Strike 3 call.
We have no clue what would have happened. We have no clue what would have happened with a good strike zone. And Rob Manfred does nothing, says nothing. Where are you at, Rob? Where are you at? That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable, and it continues to be unacceptable as it continues to happen in various games. And Rob Drake does not deserve to be a Major League umpire just after that game yet, like right there. Especially if that's happened, which has multiple times with him. He's terrible. So why is it that in the major leagues, the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the absolute best, the players have to be major leaguers, otherwise they're gone. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be Hunter Pence, beloved San Francisco Giant. Everybody loves Hunter Pence. Nobody does not love Hunter Pence. But guess what? He sucked, and we said, see ya. We cut him. We cut Pablo Sandoval. Do you understand? The San Francisco Giants cut Pablo Sandoval. He's on the Braves now. Why? Because you have to be a big league player to stay in the big leagues. You have to put forth big league performance. But for umpires, you can put forth little league performance. It doesn't matter how bad you are. Maybe all of these umpires went through training, went through umpiring school, went through the minor leagues and earned their chance. I would agree with that. They earned their shot. But just because you earned your shot doesn't mean now you should just have your job forever no matter how bad you are. Okay, I can't show up to Jack in the Box and go to the grill and just burn all the burgers and put the wrong stuff on all the burgers and just be a jerk to the customers and think I'm just going to keep my job. I'm going to get my ass fired. That's just an example. I don't work at Jack in the Box, but I used to. Yeah, you don't have to be the best employee of all time, but you have to be decent at your job. But not for umpires. Do you really think that Rob Drake is a major league umpire based on yesterday's performance? Do you think that he is major league qualified? Best in the world? Best in the world at calling balls and strikes? Best in the world?
Outside corner, 2-2. Got him, and that's the season.
A 5-year-old off the street anywhere could have called a better game. And I promise you, you say, okay, Johnny, here's the little boxes like this, okay? Just imagine this little box here. And there's even this home plate right here that you can see that represents the box is going to come up here from the knees, okay, up to right here. Okay, this area, depending on how tall the player is, it goes, there's they're calling that the strike zone, Johnny. Okay. When the ball's in the strike zone, if it passes through the strike zone, you call it a strike. If it doesn't, you call it a ball. Okay. Guess what? All 4 of those balls, Johnny would have called a ball. You think Johnny's calling a strike on a pitch that almost hits the guy? You think Johnny's calling a strike on a pitch that's practically in the dirt? No! Ball! Oh, but Eric, the catchers are framing the pitches. Oh, really? So the umpires don't understand that concept? That where the catcher catches the ball and he moves the glove somewhere? Oh, the glove is there, therefore that's where the ball must have went. Are they that dumb? Catches like this. He's got his target right here. The ball's over here. Strike! Rob Drake sucks, and a lot of these umpires do, and it's a big problem in Major League Baseball. It needs to be cleaned up, Rob Manfred. It needs to be cleaned up. It affects games. It affects careers. Is it Rob Drake's fault the Giants are not in the playoffs? No, it's the Giants' fault for blowing a whole bunch of games and for not coming through when they needed to, even though I'm very proud of the team and they had a great season, all things considered. A great season. And I'm very happy with the season that the Giants had. And I'm not saying it's Rob Drake's fault individually that we didn't make the playoffs. Is he a small part of why? Well, after yesterday's game, he could be. I don't know. We don't know what would have happened. So we don't know the answer to that. He could be a small reason why, but we'll never know. All we know is we would love to have those 4 at-bats back and see. So clean up this shit, Rob Manfred. You're f***ing pissing me off. And I'll talk to you next time.
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.